Shop talk, shy it, shutty up, shy it, die, up, shop tie, shutty up, shop talk.
What's going on, good people? It is your man, D Toe, and I'm here again to welcome you to another edition of Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show right here on everyone's favorite network. Listen, we have another great show in line for you today, and I want you to be a part of it. But before we do anything, before I go through all of my D Toe antics, I want to first of all welcome everyone to today's show. Whether you are watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, or if you're restreaming us a little later in the day or in the week from either of those same platforms, we say welcome. As well as I've been doing on a regular basis, I want to welcome all of our radio partners from around the country that play Shop Talk on their radio networks. We are indeed grateful to the station managers, to the program directors that have allowed Shop Talk to be a part of their network and to be able to bring this great content into your ears. Today we have another great show lined up for you, but before we get into all of that, for those of you who don't know, my name is Demetrius Toll-Free. You're probably saying, well, how do I know that? Well, those of you watching, you can see that my name is right down there at the bottom of the screen, and you can hit me up everywhere, follow me everywhere on social media at D Toll-Free, at DTOLEFREE. That's on Facebook. That is on Instagram. That's on Twitter, X, if you use it. That is on YouTube and so many other platforms, as well as for digital purposes. For if you want to send digital funds to me just because you love me and appreciate me, it's all good. You can find me both on Venmo and Cash App, both with the handle D Toll-Free. Again, that's DTOLEFREE. All right, y'all, we've got a great show lined up for you. But before we do anything, do me a favor, and that is to simply get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo, Threads, whatever it might be. But you know who you got to tell. Yes, sir. You got to tell your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nut Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right here, right now on the Shop Talk family of networks, and it is going to be an absolutely amazing and great day. With that being said, I want to welcome all of you, and those of you who are tuning in or hanging out with us. I need to remind you that we want you to be able to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I've been doing you all a disservice because I've been telling you to scan the QR code, and those of you who are listening to us on our radio partners, you aren't able to do that. So I apologize. Well, simply go to youtube.com/ at Freedom Radio, FREEDEM Radio, and the number 1. And you'll be able to do that, be able to like and to subscribe and to hit that little bell so that you can always be made aware when we go live. For the rest of you, though, that's watching us on YouTube or Facebook in particular, want to make sure that you can just scan this QR code up above my shoulder. All you have to do is just scan that QR code. It will take you directly to our YouTube page, and there you can like and subscribe as well. All right, we're grateful to be able to make that happen, and we hope that you take a moment to do that. It will do you good. We've been working on some incredible content. For those of you who haven't been keeping up with us, our home network, we have started some new shows that are going to be specific to YouTube. I'm trying to convince Yolanda. I know she wants to keep it on Facebook, but listen, we're pushing Music Monday and Freedom Friday to our YouTube pages, and you want to make sure that you are subscribing and liking on all those type of great things to make that happen. Shout out to my cousin, the Bishop, Darrell Andreas Shaw, is out in Fort Worth of Texas. My guy, this is my cousin with whom I am well pleased. Glad to have you hanging out with us, man. We got, you know what? I know you be doing different stuff on Facebook all the time. Maybe we need to make a seat, carve out a lane for the bishop to sit down and have conversation with us here on this platform as well. We'll keep that in mind, man. Let's talk about that in the very, very near future. Speaking of that, those of you hanging out with us, feel free to join in the chat. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to join in the chat. We would love to be able to share your comments on the screen and be able to make those type of things happen as well. All right, y'all, enough of all of that. Now, let's get ready without further ado to let's bring up our first co-host who really does not need an introduction, so I will try to minimize it, but I can't help it. This is my homie. She helped me start Freedom Music Group and Freedom Radio. She's been with me for all these many years, and she's still here with us today. She's out in Hercules, California, but that's only where she lives. She's world travel. She goes here, there, and everywhere, spreading the good news through gospel music, and she's here with us today. And you know I got to bring her up the right way, which means there's a knock at my door. There's a knock at my door. Take a step that is new. One of these days, I'm going to do the whole song when I remember all the lyrics. Anyway, let's get ready to bring up my homegirl and yours without further ado. The incredibly talented, the absolutely wonderful Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on? Come on, face and makeup. And
I mean, you know, that's the tea, right? Is that what the young people say? Oh no, that's the tea. I don't know. All I know is Tina Marie said, "Oh, that's the tea." I don't know. All these hand gestures and all this. I don't know. But I teach middle school, and so they teach me every day. Hands up, Gabriella. What is going? What? They're teaching me all these weird dances. Anyway, I have so much to talk about today. I feel like I need my own podcast today. I went to the Warriors game last night. Woo, woo. Even though we lost.
I went the night before. I was there Monday.
Come on. So you were there for the injury. You were
there for the injury. I was right there when Jimmy got injured, man. I was so hurt.
Sad. So sad and so hurt. I mean, he's you know, Steph and Jimmy. Of course, Steph is a classic, right? We love Steph. He's a classic. But Jimmy Butler, you know, he's one of my favorite players, and that's just we just hate that. We just hate that he's out. I think he's out for the whole year.
Yeah.
So that's a devastating injury. Now I don't know the players' names, but there's somebody that it's like HEI.
Buddy Hield. Yeah.
He was on fire last night. He was shoot. So this is the thing. Like, even if you're in a situation where you're not the number one, maybe you're at a job and you're under a manager and you're like the second, third, fourth person in the rankings, you have to still be on your A game all the time, because you never know when somebody's going to call out sick or somebody's going to get hurt or somebody's something, that your number is going to get called. And sometimes we live our lives lax because we're like, oh no, we're third, fourth in the rankings. But then when your number is called, then you're not ready and you're ill prepared. And then you get disgruntled because you're like, well, they didn't give me a chance. Yes, they did. You didn't give you a chance. You didn't give you a chance. You should have been studying, reading, preparing, practicing, shooting your free throws, whatever it is you're trying to do a bunt hit, like whatever your thing is. You got to be prepared, because you never know when God is going to call your number. Be ye prepared, okay? Get ready. No. Stay
ready so you don't have to get ready.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. See, I wasn't ready, but yeah. So it was amazing to see the other players come up. Now, I got to tell you, the Raptors came in with their good plays.
Yeah,
they're good. It wasn't like one person. They had good plays. It was good coaching last night on the Raptors. Shout out to them. I mean, we was right there, row 4, watching the whole game. I said, oh my goodness, we are not going to win. But I was glad to be in the number. Amen.
That's good stuff. Yeah, me and Allegra went on Monday as we played, and we beat the Miami Heat. It was a good time out. But again, that's when Jimmy got hurt. I was there. Unfortunate situation. And we pray that the Lord would bless him. Speaking of the Warriors and being ready and getting ready, Jonathan Kuminga, who had not played since early in December because of whatever was going on between him and the coach, they somehow worked it out. He has 20 points last night.
Yeah.
Incredible game for him. Shout out to my son who was in the building, DJ Demetrius Tofree Jr. What's going on? Stephen Parker, my guy, also in the building, the Bay Area's MC or
How's
host.
the foot? Is the foot okay? Steve, you good?
What happened to this?
Never mind. It's a
Okay.
he knows.
Okay, inside joke. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, shout out to my homie, my classmate. We go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. Earlene Carrington Thomas is in the building. What's going on, Earlene? Now, my son, who, again, we share the same name, he asked Ashlyn, but does not ask me. But he asked Ashlyn and throws the auntie on there and says, are you going to NAMM this week? Didn't ask me if I was going.
Now, brother, for y'all that don't know, okay, I call Demetrius Tofree my big brother. I have for many, many, many years. You know what I mean? His wife is my sister. I adopted them. I don't know that they adopted me. I don't know, but I adopted them. So if Tofree is my brother, then that means that DJ is my nephew. And so I have adopted him as my nephew. Like, as long as I've known him, he's been nephew. And so he calls me auntie. Every time I see him out, I'm shouting out, nephew. And he'll see me, he'll go, auntie. So it's very sweet. And to answer your question, DJ, no. Because I told you I had so much to talk to you about. I was supposed to be on my way to Dallas this morning for the Climb conference that's happening in Dallas. Shout out to Pastor. I'm gonna forget his name right now. Anyway, they were expecting an ice storm. They're expecting an ice storm in Dallas, and so they cut the conference short. And we collectively, there were 20 of us going, and we collectively decided that we will have our own conference here at our church, just with our leadership. And so I'm really excited about that venture and to bond with my team. But I'm telling you, you got to listen sometimes, like, you just don't know. And I know that maybe there's no storm, but if all the signs lead to a storm, maybe you shouldn't fly into the eye of the storm. Just maybe, just maybe you might want to just stand still and know that he is God.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you. Speaking of standing still, we have someone who has been sitting still in the background. And I was just about to bring him up. Now he has left. So we will come back to him in just a minute. I was just getting ready to bring him up, and then all of a sudden, and he was gone. Anyway, as we get ready to move on in today's show, let's do a couple of things. Go ahead, Ashlyn. Yes.
I do have lots to talk about. If we need subjects, I mean, we could talk about, we talked about the Warriors game. We talked about the weather. We could talk about dating apps.
Dating apps. You know what? We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Keep that on the tip of your tongue and be able to make things happen. Shout out to Erica Taylor, who was hanging out with us on YouTube. Hey, Erica. Glad to have you hanging out with us. And DJ said to you, as he's always got a joke. Powerful. Wow. What key is that? That was C sharp, Doc. C sharp.
K flat.
Yeah, anyway, it is all good. Hey, I'm glad to have you hanging out with us. We're getting ready to bring up our next co-host in just a second as they are preparing. I think your bestie is now ready. Nope, he left again. So something's going on with him. We'll get him in just as soon as we can. We'll be bringing up Yolanda in just a moment. While they're both figuring out and fixing a couple things, I want to do one thing really quick, and that is Today in History. I only have one. Today in History, and it's very, very interesting. Today in history, in the year of 1908, long time ago, none of us were nowhere near here. But the city of New York in 1908 passed the Sullivan Ordinance. I had never heard of this before. But the Sullivan Ordinance in 1908 in New York City meant it was illegal for women to smoke in public.
Oh.
Very interesting. Illegal for women to smoke in public. I guess men could still smoke in public. They didn't mention anything about children because some young folks are smoking too. But 1908, interesting fact, it was banned or illegal for women to smoke in public. Very, very interesting. Go ahead, Ash.
I have another Today in History, if you don't mind.
What do you have?
On January 21st, 1921, George Washington Carver, who was a scientist and inventor from Tuskegee Institute, became one of the first African Americans to testify before Congress.
Mm, interesting. I did not know that. That is an interesting fact. One that I should have seen, but I did not. Anyway, thank you for that information. Go ahead, Ash. Shout out to Denisha Sexton Dew, who is in the building. And we are glad to have her and so many others hanging out with us. Again, those of you watching this live, feel free to chime in the chat, like Denisha, like Erica, like DJ and Stephen Parker, David McKinney, who if I didn't mention you earlier, man, out in Sacramento, who joins us every week. Glad to have you hanging out with us and so many more. Ash, you have a special shirt on? What's going on?
Are we wearing the same anointed and appointed? And you've got anointed. Hold on. The Holy Ghost was speaking this morning. Hold on. Come on, anointed and appointed apparel. Come on. All right.
Yeah, mine is not anointed and appointed, but mine up just simply says anointed, and I ain't. Watch it. Be careful. Be careful. And because I hear something like that, all of it. I don't know why it makes me want to move in slow motion. I don't know why that makes me want to move in slow motion with my mouth. Anyway,
my stomach hurts. Oh my God.
I know I caught you off guard.
Jesus.
Anyway, shout out to my guy, Kevin Stansel, out in Las Vegas of Nevada. What is going on, Kev? Man, hey, I have been enjoying you, Kevin. Some of the things that you've been putting on, bro. Keep putting out them nuggets to musicians and artists around the country, man. You've been putting out some incredible information. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to see you this week. Before the week is out, if we are going to be in the same place, we will see what happens and try to make things happen. All right. With that being said, I believe now we are ready to run out to the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, to get ready to bring up my homegirl of yours. Many of you know that she is here on Shop Talk every week. However, she has launched out into the deep. And I say launched out into the deep, meaning, let me just throw this out here as a little nugget. People talk about ministry and going further in ministry and stuff like that. Listen, if you're saying you're launching out into the deep and doing ministry, but your shoes are not wet, you're going to catch this in a minute. If your shoes are not wet, but you're launching out into the deep, you're not really launched out as far as you thought you could really go. What do I mean? Everybody talks about Peter walking on water. All the disciples are always talking about, we're launching out into the deep, we're doing all this and all that. And they want to talk about Peter walking on water, but at least Peter had enough faith to get out on the water and get his shoes wet. So if you're saying you're in ministry and you're launching out into the deep and your shoes aren't wet, maybe you haven't launched out as far as you thought you could go. Anyway, shout out to my cousin out in Fresno and Bakersfield, Pastor Wayne Bynum in the building. What's going on, sir? Now, you want to talk about an incredible preacher. This guy right here, this is my cousin with whom I am well pleased, started pastoring at the age of 14. He's now a couple of years older than me. I think he's 56, 57 now. And the Lord has still been blessing him. And he pastors an incredible church out in Bakersfield, California. Just wanted to give him a shout out. Shout out to Dee Felder. What kind of show would we have without Dee Felder? So I talked about launching out into the deep. This young lady has done just that. She has launched Freedom Fridays and Music Mondays right here on our home network. You want to make sure that you check those out. Each one of them air respectively at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right here on this same network. Let's get ready to bring her up without further ado. However, we at least need to get a knock at the door as we bring up my homegirl and yours, the incredibly talented Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. Yolanda, welcome to the show. Happy Shop Talk Day to you.
Happy Shop Talk Day. I like that. Hi, how y'all doing?
All is
Hope
well.
everybody's well and having an absolutely positively phenomenal, incredible day.
Absolutely.
You have to declare what you want even when you can't see it. Thanks, Karen Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love to say what you can I tag in or piggyback as you saying what you said. First I want to say thank you to you for the opportunity to be a part of your dream. When you started this radio station, we had just not too long met, I think. And you gave me an opportunity for, this little girl who didn't know anything, but I love God. I don't know where any of this is coming from. I love God.
Thank you.
As Erica Campbell would say. I do love God, Erica Campbell. And I love gospel music very, very much. It is in my DNA. It's not something I can um rightfully always explain. But I have a deep love, honor, and respect for it. I'm just saying I don't know where it's coming from, but Demetrius, today I just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate you for believing in me, for trusting me. I always say this is your baby, and I'm just here to help raise your kid. But I appreciate you very much. You don't have to be kind. You have to
Absolutely.
be nice to us. And through this, I've gained friends, Ashlyn and Jacory, who's been very good to me, Demetrius. So I'm just, I don't mean to be like bucket tears today, but sometimes life tries. It's the enemy's job to take you out. That's his job. And so I won't be long like preacher today, but I recognized over the weekend all of my life, the enemy has tried to take me out. Like all of my life since I was a child. Real talk.
Yeah.
Even from my grandparents, they tried to poison my grandparents when I was, before I was even here.
Oh, wow.
So I just recognized that even sometimes when I don't feel like trying or pushing, somebody pushed a little harder or they prayed a little harder so I could try. So thank you
Absolutely.
so much for
I
opportunity.
love it. I love it. I appreciate it. We appreciate you, all of your efforts, all the things that you do for us. It never goes unnoticed, and we
Thank
appreciate
you.
all of your efforts. It is all good. Listen, I'm not going to get all teary eyed. She's not going to mess me up. But I tell you what, we are going to do. We're going to skip back. We're going to skip back into California for a moment, into the city of Hercules. Go up a couple little streets. Look to the left. Knock on the door, and when you do that, you'll get this guy coming up, my guy who is Ashlyn's bestie, but this is my bro, man. He makes me laugh every time I see him. Always is upbeat, always got something great to say. Let's bring him up without further ado. Jacory Prothro in the building. Man, what is going on?
You really don't want to know what's going on over here. How about I went to go and put my contact lens in, and I opened it up, and it wasn't in there. And I don't know if y'all know, I can't see without them. How about I had to go looking through the covers because I thought I put it in there and I didn't because I can't see, but I can see now. So what's up? The show is on, and
Well, you
we're gonna pick
found
it up.
it.
Let's go. I can see.
Absolutely, man. I am glad to have you hanging out with us as well. Today is absolutely a good day. You come in at a good time. Shout out to Tracy J. Wilson in the building, hanging out with us on YouTube. We also have my first cousin on my father's side, Linnell Jonigan, in the building. His mother and my father were siblings, and I am glad to have him in here. He always supports his little cousin, and I am grateful. All right, y'all, we've already done Today in History. Let me give today's National Day really, really quick, as we only have two. Today's National Day. The first one y'all may not care about, but the second one we should all love and care about. So the first one is, today is National Granola Bar Day.
Oh, I love granola.
Granola bar day. I'm a granola. I eat granola. You got to have some raisins or something in mixed in with it, but I eat granola. So happy granola bar day for everyone that does that. But lastly, this should be for all of us. Today is National Hugging Day. National Hugging Day. I felt Yolanda's virtual hug through the words that she spoke. But today is National Hugging Day. So if you have that you love and that you appreciate, stuff like that, don't make them cry. Like Yolanda's trying to do with us. But make sure that you give somebody that you love a hug today, because today is National Hugging Day, and you really don't know what a hug can do for somebody.
It does wonders.
You never know. You never know how far that could take someone in their day just by giving them a hug. So Ashlyn, Jacory, Yolanda, I'm giving all of you a big virtual hug.
Oh, thanks, man.
Because Appreciate all y'all. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Now, let me say this. Now, a hug. You have to know the psychology of a hug, right? Because hugs may mean different things. Okay, you have to. There is hug etiquette. Okay, so if you are a married man, you probably shouldn't chest to chest hug me. Okay, you just shouldn't do that. What you need to do is you say, "Hey, sis, so good to see you." You put out one arm. Okay, you put out one arm, not two arms. Okay, one arm. And then I know to just put my one arm, and then we just do a little. We call it a church
A
hug.
church
Okay,
hug.
that's
Yeah.
a church hug. But that's a good hug for a married man to
Oh,
hug a
Lord.
single woman or another married woman. Okay, it's a good little side hug. Now if you have intentions, then you kind of come in for a little. It's a little different, right? A little different hug. Okay, it's a little different hug. But we got to be careful with these hugs, okay?
Oh,
Because
Lord.
hugging can lead. It's a gateway. Okay, it's a gateway. Amen. You just got to govern your hug accordingly. All right.
Accordingly.
Amen to that.
I got you. I'm not mad at you. With the guidelines on how to handle National Hugging Day. Shout out to my guy Paul Cooley. Paul, bro, we still got to get together, man. We got to get together, man. It's a brand new year, and we can't let this year go by without us getting together, man. Let's make it happen as soon as we can. Demetrius says y'all should just do an elbow bump. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. Anyway, in doing that, we're going to keep things going. Last thing that we're going to do before we jump into some other subjects is today's birthday. I have three birthdays today. First of all, incredible NBA player. I believe he is one of the top 75 players ever from Houston, Texas, or the Houston Rockets, rather. Hakeem, the Dream, Olajuwon. Today is his 63rd birthday, so happy birthday to him. Singer extraordinaire. I normally can do impersonations, but I can't do this one. But Billy Ocean, Billy Ocean.
Oh,
Oh,
Caribbean Queen. Hey, I was
Caribbean Queen.
same dream. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, today is his 76th birthday, and
Ah,
he looks amazing and is still doing his thing. Last but not least, passed in the year of 2002, but was born this day in 1965. Jam Master Jay. Jam Master Jay. Many of
Ooh.
us know him from being a part of Run DMC. But he did pass. I didn't know it's been that long.
yeah, it's
2002.
been that long. Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, that's longer than I thought it was. Yeah, born
Yeah.
this day, 1965. Again, passed in 2002. Definitely want to mention him. Also, I just want to mention former Shop Talk host, the now Dr. Sabrina Robertson. Yesterday, she turned 50. So I just wanted to mention her as well.
She did.
In passing to you know how we do. So now, with this being said, Ashlyn, you know what it is. This is where we turn the virtual floor over to you to encourage someone who's having a birthday during this day.
Absolutely. Well, I also want to give a shout out to Christian Dior. Today would have been Christian Dior's birthday. Fashion designer, of course. A lot of us have a Dior perfume or a Dior purse or something like that. Christian Dior was born in 1905 and passed away in 1957. And
Oh,
his
wow.
legacy continues. It lives on all the way till 2026, which is absolutely amazing. Anyway, from all of us here at Shop Talk and Freedom Radio, we just want to remind you that this is the day that the Lord has made. And if he made this day and you were born on this day, guess what that means? That means that he also made you. And so as you
Yeah.
go throughout your day, start looking for the things that God is reminding you how much he loves you, how much he cares for you,
Mhm.
how much he has covering you, how many times he's protected you. Yolanda said it this morning. She realizes that all her life, God has been protecting her and blocking the tricks of the enemy, the snares of the enemy. And so today, as you go about your day, just look for those God sightings. Yep, that was God. Look at God. Really look for him today in all the fabric of everything that's in your life. And so from all of us here at Freedom Radio, Shop Talk, and all of our affiliates, please, please have a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Thanks, Ash. We appreciate you doing that. listen, we're going to get things going and keep things going. And in doing so, I just want to say in passing, I cannot believe that the dress is still a subject.
It is.
Is it?
I can't believe it. People are still chiming in. The dress is still a
It's a
subject. Not a
dress.
subject for
Wow.
us today, but I just wanted to mention as we pass through, I can't believe it's still a topic of conversation.
It's not on my algorithm. It
Mine,
didn't pass through my algorithm. I don't even know who's still talking about this thing.
yeah, people still talking about it, but it's okay. Listen, at the end of the day, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 by now, the young man purchased it for his wife. They wasn't at a church event. May God bless them. Anyway,
Indeed.
as we keep on
Hmm.
moving, I was hoping that Demetrius would have been on today, but he mentioned a little earlier that they have a ice storm approaching in the ATL area. So certainly our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Absolutely.
Please, sir, be safe. We will look to see you in the very, very near future. But Atlanta is in the news. Atlanta is in the news because now, first of all, Ashlyn, you have your real ID?
No, because I have a passport card.
Oh, okay. Ja'Cory, you have your real ID? Yolanda, you have your real ID?
No, sir, because I have a passport.
Okay. All right. Well, those of you who travel throughout the USA, and if you're not like Ashlyn and Yolanda that have a passport card that they have with them, I have a passport as well, but I do have the real ID. Starting May 7th, starting with the Atlanta airport, you're going to pay $45
Saw
to
that.
get through TSA if you don't have a real ID.
She.
They gonna find a way to take your coins.
They're
Yeah.
gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way. So it's easier if you don't have a passport as of yet. First of all, you should,
Why
especially
not?
with all the things that's going on in the United States, especially between us and China. We'll talk about that in a minute. But real ID is important, especially if you're trying to travel and make things happen. If starting May 7th, if you do not have your real ID, in order to get through TSA, you will now pay a $45 fee.
That's crazy.
$45 fee to get through TSA if you don't have a real ID.
Mm.
So make sure that you get out and do what you got to do. Didi Felder says that she has both.
Yep, I recommend both.
Yeah. Paul
Mhm.
Cook, he also chimes in and says that he has both. Listen, if you don't, like I said, if you don't have a passport, and you should, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world. Go get that real ID so that you can avoid getting these particular charges because you may get them.
Absolutely.
Atlanta is the first one to implement this. It starts again May 7th, but I'm sure other airports around the country will implement this as well.
Fast. Yeah, like I know Ashley has her hand. I don't want to forget. You know what? I want to encourage this today. There's a lot of information a lot of times that floats through social media, right? Like there's all these new AI cartoons that tell you, drinking water is bad. This is what I would encourage you to do. Okay, since we're a Christian station, right? The Bible talks about study to show thy own self-approved. I would encourage you make sure that what we're telling you is true, but I would make sure that you get all the correct information. Google actually is really good about that. If you say, is 5 plus 5 5, just I would encourage you to have clarity because a lot of times you're seeing a lot of things through social media and you're seeing all of these new sites and stuff like that. And a lot of times the information is false. So it may tell you that, well, you don't have to have the real ID, but that obviously is false. Why do I say that? Because a lot of the airlines are changing their policies.
Absolutely.
Southwest, which these are Southwest guys. I have a friend who works at Southwest. Southwest is now changing the seating policy. Not only are they charging, clear, I don't want Ashley to forget her statement. Not only are they charging for you to sit where you want, not have a seat. Okay. So people say, I gotta, they're paying me to sit down. No, just to sit where you want. But they're also changing the boarding process. So it's going to be front to back. So
Mhm.
I would encourage that, most of the time people suffer for the lack of knowledge. I would encourage to make sure you're updated. If you like to travel like me or like us, you can't get mad at the people at the airport or whatever space or place because you didn't know. That's not their fault. So you have to know what's going on. You cannot stay under a rock. You can love Jesus and know the news. Okay, so come out of the rock and know what's going on. Say, I don't need my passport. And this day, right now, unfortunately, yes, you do. Save your coins, give up give up the Burger King money, and get your passport.
Absolutely. And Ashley, I throw it out to you. Denisha Sexton Dew, who is a Southwest employee,
Ooh.
reminds us that assigned seating starts this coming Tuesday. So that comes from an actual Southwest employee. So keep that in mind. Ashlyn, we throw it out to you. Go right ahead.
Absolutely. Going back to the Real ID and, like staying ahead of the time, your time for your flight. They have said that we will not guarantee that you will make it through TSA and make it to your flight on time. They have said that. So it behooves you, come on, big word, to just go through the process, like find out it's not that big of a deal. And I know that some of us have a rebellious spirit, and that's okay. I'm a rebel at heart too. But this is not the time to be rebellious. Oh, the government wants me to get a Real ID because they're trying to track you. That may be the case, but you're going to track yourself right up out of a flight. Because they can hold you as long as they want, because they have to verify your identity. They've got to go through. There's a lot of things that they're trying to do. It's just the next level of Real ID. Remember when we used to have the box for a television, and now it lays flat on the wall as a TV? Remember, we some of us were like, that's new technology, but now you can't go to a house that doesn't have a flat screen TV. So just think that this is the evolution of time. This is the evolution of technology.
Yes,
and do yourself a favor so that you don't get hung up on the airport, so that you could spend that time with your friends and family and take care of your mental health and go on that vacation and don't be hung up at the airport for 5 hours. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know he doesn't like us, Terry, but to add to what you said, just because people who travel a lot, you understand that this is what you be nice to people, because I don't know what happened to you before you got to work. So in that, get to the airport a bit earlier, because what I can't control is what happened with the 5 people before me.
Yeah.
And even though I may be a nice person, you may just have a huge incident, right? And I'm telling you, you could say, "Oh, I know my bag is the right size," and Sister Shay Shay, she could be having a bad day, and she could say no. And so get to the airport early, take care of your business, get there a little bit earlier. I don't like early morning flights, but I'm learning you take early morning flights, you have more day to play with. So just take care of your business. Don't feel like, you don't have to do that. Or my airport is smaller. In this current day, I wouldn't try that.
Don't play with it.
Absolutely. And if you don't know, many of you should think about getting clear, not just for the purpose of just getting through TSA. Me and Ashton talked about a little earlier in the show that both of us went to a Warriors game this week. I went on Monday, she went on Tuesday. And Ashton, I don't know if you saw this or if you went through this way. But the lines were so long. The lines were so long to get into the stadium. But I found out there was a clear line. And I would walk straight to the clear line, show them my QR code.
Really?
Yes.
2 minutes. Was inside the stadium, waving.
Wow.
So
you can use Clear for concerts.
Absolutely.
Or games, events.
Concerts, games, all type of things.
Wow.
So if you haven't gotten clear, think about that as well. In addition to the Real ID, you need the Real ID. But in addition to that, you should think about getting clear. Just a shameless plug, my American Express pays for my clear. Just FYI.
Come on.
My American Express pays for my clear, so I get clear absolutely free.
Come on,
man. I'm helping you out, bro. I got you. I got you. So please, ma'am, those of you who travel, please, sir, take all of the precautions that you need to do to make sure that you make that happen. Demetrius chimes in and he says, yeah, I have clear lines at the stadium. He said, I take full advantage. He said he don't have that benefit. Keep working on it, man. Go ahead and get
and Dito, why since y'all said here, I might as well help someone's testimony that you also might want to start carrying your Social Security card, because from what I'm hearing, ICE is showing up any and everywhere. And the thing is, if you don't have enough documentation to clear yourself, you might run into a situation. So I know back in the day they used to say, "Oh, hide your Social Security card, keep it. You better put everything you need in your wallet and keep it close to you."
Wow.
I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not mad, and even if it's not the actual, original, or are you saying that you should carry the original?
Huh.
Okay.
I want to be cleared in Jesus' name if I get in and go down the wrong street. So you know what I'm saying.
I'm with you. I'm not mad at you. Shout out to Misha Boyd, who chimed in talking about American Express. She said that it's awesome, so many benefits. Yes, ma'am, you are right, and I do take advantage of each and every one of them. Demetrius further chimes in and talking about I'm looking for ICE. Ain't they looking for me? I wish they would. Okay, we'll find out, bro. We'll find out, man. Keep on doing what you're doing. Shout out to Lenora Rogers, who says that she says to carry a copy of your Social Security card. I'm with you on that, Lenora. Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. All right, y'all. Let's keep things going. And in doing so, I just want to mention another shout out to Kareen Burnett, who is out in Phoenix, Arizona now. She moved from the Bay and has moved to Phoenix. What is going on, Kareen? Glad to have you with us. Now, Kareen, I'm about to make y'all laugh. I'm Church of God in Christ, and so is Kareen. Kareen, now in the Church of God in Christ is all about these titles. You understand? And I carry a title. I don't trip off it like other people do. But I will never forget. Kareen and I were in a rehearsal. Now I'm the state minister of music. She's a part of my staff, and I'm telling everybody, hey, make sure you give Kareen your email address and phone number so we can get in contact with you. She interrupts everything I'm saying and says, it's Missionary Burnett.
My Lord.
Don't do it, man.
Excuse me. Man, I'm talking about don't do it. Yeah. So she interrupted my whole rehearsal to make sure I properly addressed her as Missionary Burnett. But since we're not in church right now, Kareen, I am glad to have you hanging out with us. Anyway, as we keep things going, Ashlyn, Jacory, Yolanda, the playoffs, the NFL playoffs are in full swing.
My God.
And all of a sudden now, we don't have to hear any more Niner, whatever it is, bang, bang, Niner gang, whatever it is, because they are now, just like the rest of us, watching the playoffs and everything else from home. Even though I'm not a 49ers fan, I will say I was rooting for them. Because
we appreciate that.
Because the Super Bowl is in San Francisco. And it's going to be at the 49ers stadium. I thought it would have been awesome for them to play the Super Bowl in their own stadium against whoever they would have played against, but unfortunately, it did not pan out for them.
They got smoked.
Yeah,
that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary.
It's facts.
We ain't got to.
They did lose kind of bad. And I'll be honest with you, I was rooting for them. Really, I really was, but it didn't pan out. But and now they got to watch two other teams come to their stadium and be able to play. So anyway, it is all good. Anyway, we're going to keep things going. But I wanted to just mention, many of you may not have caught up with this, but since the playoffs has been going, a lot of teams that have lost the next day or the day after, their coaches have been fired. Buffalo is one. They just fired their
Another coach got fired?
Buffalo fired their coach. When the Pittsburgh Steelers lost, they strongly encouraged their coach to quit, of which he did. Baltimore, their coach, the day after that young man missed that kick, their coach was also fired. And although he's already been picked up by another team, but interesting that these things are happening. And shout out to Paul Cooley, says they couldn't even get a field goal, talking about the 49ers. Says they got fired. And he further said my Ravens team got rid of John, talking about John Harbaugh, their coach. And so a lot of things have happened. And now, yes, you're exactly right. He's now coaching the New York Giants, Kevin Stencil. So a lot of things is happening. Now, did y'all know, as we get ready to move on, this is my last little fact. And I think I mentioned this last week. This is my last little tidbit, that when the coach get fired, don't cry for them, because depending on how their contract was set up, they still get paid anyway. So So I'm not crying for any of these coaches. I hope that they find other jobs, but they were going to get paid out of their contract either way it goes.
Mm.
Anyway, just thought I'd throw it out there for free. So now, Ashley, as I'm looking at the note, I seen you just did some typing and wanted to give us some helpful information. So I throw it out to you for you to tell us something interesting that we all should know about. Go right ahead.
So I have been trying to stay away from the news. It's very difficult nowadays. Even if you open up your search engine, you're going to see a title and a headline. And ICE is in the headlines a lot right now. We've seen the terrible events in Minneapolis. We've seen the city of Minneapolis rise to the occasion, take to the streets, peaceful. But it's been crazy. That the most disturbing, I think, of the stories was a 17-year-old that was pulled out of Target, a U.S. citizen, pulled out of Target, thrown into the van, apparently at some point thrown on the ground, bloodied, kidnapped, essentially, taken to another location. And I guess as they put the person in the vehicle, they are running to see if they're a U.S. citizen. So obviously they had to profile him. They discovered he was a U.S. citizen. They threw him out of the van at some random location. And then there's another video shortly after that of him staggering into a gas station, crying, saying, "I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am. They took me. They took me." And so the effects of these raids is just absolutely, it's horrific. And people in Minneapolis have then come out to protect their neighbors. They have actually started keeping eye on the streets, like keeping posts, letting their neighbors know if ICE is in the neighborhood. But you don't have to wait for your neighbor to let you know if ICE is in your area. Now, this may be of no consequence to some of us, and some of us really might want to stand in solidarity or pay attention to this. So there's a link, Dito. I don't know if you can pull that link out of the chat that I sent, but it is an ICE raid tracker. It is the link, hopefully Dito can put up there. But I'm here to tell you, they are in the Bay Area right now, and I know Ja'Cory knows about this as well, but they have been cited in Tracy, they've been cited in Alameda, in San Leandro, in Vallejo, in the Danville, Mount Diablo area. I think Ja'Cory mentioned Stockton, if I said Stockton already. But yeah, it's absolutely, it's insane to me. And if you're in politics or you follow politics, the underlying, the subtext of all of this, if you will, is that this administration is hoping to declare martial law for the primaries that are coming in November, the midterm, excuse me. And if they declare martial law, there's no vote. They can actually stall the vote. And here's the thing. What I understand is that he does not have to seek counsel for that. Nobody has to approve him if he declares martial law, and then they postpone the vote. And then it is postponed for a year, and then he could postpone it again, another year, and another year, and another year, and another year. And so do the math. He's only supposed to be president for 4 years, but from what I understand, he can push that out as long as he wants, with no approval and no counsel. So we want to stay peaceful, absolutely, so that there's no reason for them to declare martial law. But I'm not taking to the streets. But I feel for the people that are really up in arms about this. This is really, really, really a very, very sad time. Now, our country, it's not the first time that we've seen this. I mean, you can see the video of the German shepherds and the hoses, and we have seen this in our history. And it's so very sad to me because our country was founded on racism.
Yep.
This is what we stand for. This is what this country was founded on. And that it just keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. And so, yep. And I saw a clip of the Black Panthers have now spoken out about this. I can't tell you. I don't know what's AI and what's not AI anymore. I can't tell with my own natural eye. I cannot tell. There's also a video of China saying, "If you come for us, we're gonna destroy you. Don't even think about coming for us because we'll destroy you before it even hits over here. You will be decimated." I don't know what's AI and what's not AI anymore.
Yeah.
So anyway, govern yourself accordingly. Protect your peace. Protect your peace through all of this. Just keep your head on a swivel. You know, the watchman on the wall. We need to watch out for one another and stay leaning and dependent on Jesus. That's all I have to do.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I love it. I love it. Thank you for that information. And we will definitely keep you abreast of all that we can find out. Again, that link is in the Facebook chat. For those of you who may want to take a look at it, it is available for you to look at it and see when and if they are coming to an area near you. All right, y'all, as we keep things moving, we had a brief conversation last week. We're going to talk about two artists at one time. So last week we had a brief conversation. This is a follow-up as we were talking about Mary J. Blige doing her residency in Las Vegas. I personally mentioned, and I think I offended some people, and sorry if I did, but I mentioned last week that I personally like the in-between relationship, Mary J. Blige. I think that's the best way I can put it. The in-between relationship. That's the best way I can put it. But apparently I was not alone in that thought process. And the whole word got back to Mary J. And she was offended by the fact that y'all want her to be offended in order for her to sing better. And she says that she's going to put her best foot forward in everything that she's going to be putting forth. And I want her to, especially the prices that she's charging for that residency.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, all of that. So for what she is charging, I want her to put her best foot forward. So whether she is in between, whether she's hurt or not, we want her to do her best, and we are hoping and praying that she will. Speaking of artists, Ja'Cory brought to my attention about my homie who I just talked to a couple weeks ago via FaceTime, Kim Burrell. Kim Burrell is back in the news. No, not about the wig. No, we ain't talking about that. Not about that, and that was her fault. But then y'all did see that she corrected it when she went to the hairdresser and she did it live from the hairdresser. The hairdresser was on her case, like, "Don't you ever?" And all this. Oh, it's all good. Anyway, Kim
I thought it
Burrell.
was a joke. That wasn't, that wig and those glasses was not a joke.
No, that wasn't a joke. No,
she wasn't going back to, like, I thought she was going to the looks from back in the 60s or the 70s. Are you for real?
That wasn't a joke.
She doesn't care. She doesn't care.
No, that wasn't a joke. She didn't do what she was supposed to do when she put it on. Hair maintenance, and she didn't like.
Oh, I really thought that she was being funny. I thought she was being funny. Like,
no,
you know,
not at all. No. But she is back in the news for going outside of the box in terms of her musical presentation, because she delivers a gospel twist on the R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet. Now, I haven't had a chance to see.
It's amazing.
It's fire.
I've heard.
It's inspiring and rehiring. I don't know, for anybody that's musically, and as a music singer and being someone in music, it's so easy to get stuck in the climate and find roadblocks. And it just so happened to spark. And y'all know I'm a Kim fan, friend, family, all of that. But it came in, and my baby leaked. So it's been on repeat. And I mean, Travis Malloy, I mean, it's ridiculous. Dito, we might have to do a trapped gospel version from Freedom. It's.
That's one of my favorite bodies of work for. Can I just say this, like, Shay, this is my thought. Okay, this is not Freedom Radio. First of all, I wasn't there when it happened. I have 800 thoughts about the whole R. Kelly thing, but I can separate the two, right? If most people knew what their favorite artist was doing, you have a problem. So I can separate the two. I've always liked the Trapped in the Closet whole thing. I just thought it was brilliant. So when I heard it, I'm with Ja'Cory. I was like, lady, this is all right with me. I love it.
So is it available for streaming?
No, I don't know.
I think it's just a light clip that's circulating right now. I hate when I have secrets in my heart. But for those, oh shit. But
Oh God.
for those that may be in the Bay Area this weekend, I don't just stay close to my page. I don't know, something may be circulating, and I'll leave it at that because she is in the Bay Area because I know many people know that when her aunt passed away. So just
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah,
And many
but
of
it's
you may
good.
even though she's from Houston, but she spent an extended period of time growing up here in the Bay Area. Her and her best friend Carmel Candy Wheeler, they are the very closest of friends. Candy, who is now a member of my church, but Kim for many years was a part of the Bay Area. She hung out with Derek Hall. She re-recorded one of Derek's songs in one of her albums. I think I'll Keep Holding On. I think it's one. Uh,
Hmm.
Derek Hall, who's an incredible writer from the Bay Area, writes for Ricky Dillard. Many of us are singing his songs. When I Think is one of the songs that
Oh,
Derek
nice.
in
Nice.
for Ricky Dillard, and so many others. Many songs that Derek has written. I can't even go through the whole library. Ashlyn, a former member of the Derek Hall group. What was the group? What was the name of the group when you
Derek
sang?
Hall and Company.
Okay. Now, Allegra, my wife used to sing with Derek Hall back when Kim was here. They were called the Children of Christ many years ago. That's just how far I go back. Me and Derek are the same age. Kim was a couple of years younger than us. Allegra was 1 year older than us. Ashlyn, way back down the line somewhere. But anyway, Kim Burrell, an amazing minstrel. I mean, we all know that she sings, but many people don't know that she is just as incredible as a keyboard or player
Yeah.
is a singer. So incredible. Great to know that she's in the Bay. I'll reach out to her while she's here, see if I can run into her while she's here. Demetrius remembers that her dad pastored in Vallejo. That is correct. Her father did live and pastor here in the Bay Area for many years before he closed his house. So good stuff. Listen, I'm looking at the clock. We're almost out of time. Before we go, I want to mention one thing in terms of tech talk. Those of you who might be like myself or like Yolanda mentioned a couple weeks ago that she has new AirPods. If you have, am I doing it right? There we go, Ashley. I did it just for you. If you are one of those people who have new AirPods and the latest software, that being iOS 26 of some version, you do know that there is a new translate option that where you can, with your AirPods, be able to translate conversations from other languages. Spanish is included. Mandarin is included. The nail shop people are on edge every time we come in there now. All you have to do to activate it, if
Yeah.
you have the AirPods that are working with that, and of course the correct software, you hold both AirPods at the same time, turns on translation, and you can be able to translate what is going
Oh, because
on.
they be having conversation, baby. I want to know what y'all are talking
Yeah,
about.
they quiet. They quiet when I walk in there now. Oh, hey, Mr. Demetrio, what? You want big
This is
chair?
the material.
You want very big. Oh, you want? Oh my God, your feet. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no, they don't be doing that talk around me no more. They used to come and be like, look at him feet. They be taking pictures and all kind of stuff. Oh my God. Anyway, you can now use that translate feature if you have it available.
Mm.
And lastly, if you haven't done so, Yolanda has been working very hard to remind us and keep things going with the Freedom Faves playlist. If you don't have that playlist, you can easily get it by just simply scanning this QR code, the Freedom Faves playlist. You want to have this playlist on your device. If you have Apple Music, whether it's on your iPhone or you do know that Android users now can have an Apple Music subscription. I don't know if y'all knew all that, but yes, if you have an Apple Music subscription, simply scan that QR code up in the corner and it will take you to the Freedom's Faves playlist that I've been adding music. Ashton's been adding music. I don't know why Jacory hasn't, but Yolanda has been adding music, and we have some incredible music
Yes.
playlist, something that you do not want to miss out on. So make sure you scan that QR code up in the corner, and you'll be able to make things happen from there. All right, y'all, as we look up, it's about time for us to get ready to go. But before we go, Yolanda, I'll start with you. Any closing comments, final thoughts?
One life. You get one life. You have to live that one life to the best of your ability every single day. It costs nothing. to be kind.
Absolutely. I love that. Kindness is almost a ministry now. It's hard to find people that are kind. Anyway, Jacory, any closing comments, man? Final thoughts?
I push through the roadblocks. Don't let nothing stop you. Keep reaching so you can reach your destiny. Whoosh, I got-
Okay, shameless plug on the song. Come on, sir. I love it. Absolutely. Ashley, lastly, any closing comments, final thoughts?
I think it's important to remember that you can't always win, but that downtime makes you really appreciate when you do win. You can't really tell the difference if you up all the time. So God brings us down. He didn't promise us sunshine every day, but then that downtime gives you a chance to what we talked about earlier, prepare for when he is calling you to the mountaintop.
That's good stuff. I love it. I love it. As a closing comment from myself, if you are a leader and no one is following you, you're just a person taking a walk. Listen, to the next time on the same Shop Talk Network. Yeah, let that settle in. To the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time, on behalf of Ashlyn Cole, Jacory Prothro, Yolanda Morant, Demetrius Hunter in his absence. My name's Demetrius Tofree. To the next time, you can help me say it. I'll holla. I can't even get it out. My bad.